Hey, what's going on, Heights Church? My name is Bronson Aalgaard, and I am the JHM pastor here. This week's thread, we're going to be talking about I am grateful for God's creation. And today, I want to talk about how I am grateful for God's creation of the mountains. Man, I don't think I have to talk much about the mountains in order for you to understand why I like them so much. I remember as a young boy looking at a mountain and being like, whatever. But then as I progressed in age and got a little bit older, I recognized the vastness of a mountain in itself. If you know me at all, you know, one, I love Jesus, and two, I love Santa Cruz. And the mountains in Santa Cruz is what I feel like really puts me at peace. I see it, I recognize how big our God is, and He makes me realize that most of the time, my situations either back home or in my life at that moment are not that big of a deal. But if I could be totally honest with you, over the past season of my life, I have begun to have a new perspective on mountains. And it's simply because I have began mountain biking. You see? Very nice. Anyways, the reason why I said this is because I realized after one or two, maybe like 6 or 7 scars later, 7 bruises, and a really good bonk on the head, that a mountain is a little bit more, let's say, unforgiving than I originally thought it would be. But you know, with all of those new perspectives, they don't just give me bad new perspectives, but they give me new good perspectives. Like when you start mountain biking, your goal is to get to the top in order to ride down the bottom and feel that adrenaline rush. I mean, that's my favorite part at least. But my least favorite part is climbing up the mountain. I'm going to put a pin in that right there. Remember that. Climbing up the mountain. Oftentimes, we know that our God is so big that He can move the mountains. And you might have sat there and prayed that prayer. God, this situation is out of my hands, and I'm asking that you move this mountain. And when you open your eyes, the mountain is not actually moved. So what do you do then? Well, it's a really simple answer. God is asking you to climb that mountain. Don't just stop and do nothing. Begin to climb up that mountain. Because maybe God is wanting to meet you at the top at this situation in order to give you a new perspective. I'm going to look at a passage in Mark today. And I would love it if you would join me. So open your Bibles to Mark 9. We're going to start in verse 2. It says this: 6 days later, Jesus took Peter, James, and John and led them up a high mountain to be alone. As the men watched, Jesus' appearance was transformed, and his clothes became dazzling white, far whiter than any earthly bleach could ever make it white. Now you're probably sitting there thinking, whatever bleach that is, I need it. Because some of the stains that I got in my clothes or the kids' clothes, they're pretty crazy. Trust me, I want that same bleach. But what if God was wanting you to climb this mountain to get to the top so that He could do a miracle in your life? The reason why I'm grateful for God's creation in mountains is because it begins to give me a new perspective on where I'm at in reality, like in my normal day's life. Church, I really hope this has helped you gain a new perspective on the mountains, God's creation of the mountains. It's good to see you, and we'll see you next time.